So, friends, good evening. So, continuing in our series of, my review of films on Shakti. So, one basic platform on which which I'm doing these sessions are these videos is that, of course, these are great films, great benchmarks, great direction, great acting. We as as responsible citizens or Indians, when we analyze these films or do it as a hobby or a passion, it's only to look at certain finer aspects of the film where we felt that okay, maybe a few things are not okay with the film, or a few scenes are not okay, or it could have been even better. So continuing with Shakti, I would say that there are only positives, and the great acting of Rakhi ji and Smita Patil ji, and of course the chemistry between which is between Kulbhushan Kharbanda and Mr. Bachchan, the chemistry which has been shown. Great performances by Rakhi ji and Smita Patil, I repeat. And there was Amrish Puri playing a negative role, but again creating the impact. One of the best climax scenes, in fact, I found the climax better than Sholay, so logically done, beautifully done. That's it. The only point I felt in the film was that is one particular point on which the son goes against the father, is that okay, after he has grown up, where he's not able to he doesn't develop that maturity to understand that his father is a righteous man, a man of principles, who had to go by the law, whom is an honest police officer, but obviously he believes in protecting his son. So that maturity is somewhere lacking. That Mr. Bachchan's character obviously is shown to be matured and understanding in his own way, but not being able to understand certain basic things. That part I found it a little bit illogical, that after he has grown up, he still says that how come my father says that tumse jo ban pade tum kar lena, and how come my father is not not taken my side, not shown concern about saving his son. Why is that his duty is taking a more important role than saving his son's life? So that maturity was lacking, which means after he has grown up, he should have understood that what his father did was right. So that, I think, was a little bit illogical. If you look at it very less, that was a little bit illogical. Otherwise, everything has been shown well. There's absolute complete logic in everything. But this particular thing, aspect, that where after growing up, the son not having that maturity to understand, that's a little bit illogical. Not having the maturity to understand that whatever his father did was right. When he was a kid, he had to do it that way. So it was a strategy to remain honest and at the same time save his son. This thing. So that part is a little bit illogical. And of course, I spoke about the unbuttoned shirt. When the character played by Mr. Bachchan, maybe that was his style at the point of time. The character played the unbuttoned shirt and going for the interview. Of course, later on in number of scenes, he's shown well suited and well groomed. But ideally, when he's going for an interview, so those two things should have been handled better. Otherwise, it's a great film, and it's always remains one of my favorite films. And of course, so that's it. And I still believe it is Mr. Bachchan's finest performance, one of the finest performances of Mr. Bachchan, and put it on record. I mean, when I look at Kala Patthar, Bemisal, and Shakti, these three films, and then Silsila, these four films are some of the finest performances. And we're talking specifically of Shakti. Shakti is one of Mr. Bachchan's finest performances, because he was pitted against Dilip Kumar in terms of the character. He had a smaller role, but he was brilliant. Dilip Kumar, of course, is an institution. He was brilliant, no doubt. But Mr. Bachchan had a more difficult role. He had to obey his father and do it that way. And he was brilliant, what we saw on screen. He was just brilliant, outstanding. And in fact, in my younger days, when I used to see this film, it was only because of Mr. Bachchan I used to see the film. Of course, the film was brilliant, but then I used to see the film because of his performance.